welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you another great planner. This is very specific planner though. It has to do with fitness. And this is probably the best one I found rather than trying to fit it into a one planner where you really only have space to write down just gym at the top. Now you're able to really focus on what job you're trying to accomplish. So for example, just like you have a budget planner where you do your finances and that really gives you the intention and the focus to just on budgeting, this makes it a serious project of fitness and health related. So I really like this one. I think it cost me like 15 bucks. I ordered it on Amazon online and I simply carry it to the gym this way. I go straight to the next page and it's ready to go. I just flip it over. I bring a mechanical pencil with me, so it's easy to just write in, and I'll show you how it works. But it's called a body minder, and I could just flip it. I write down whatever weights I'm doing. And by the way, if you're serious about a health fitness plan, you have probably already done the research to understand that weight training is a must if you want to become stronger, healthier, and really get more bang for your buck is by incorporating weights into it. So I love this one. And of course you could decorate it just like you would any other planner. And I definitely do. So the way I go to the gym is, like I said, I go with this pencil always in here. And let me show you how it's built. So you have your, it's called Body Minder. You put in your information down here. And I just, as you can see, decorated it. And dear fat, prepare to die a slow, painful death. And that's it. So here you have some information regarding what do you have to gain by starting an exercise program. I know with New Year's resolution, most folks start a fitness plan, but if you're serious this time and you're going to do it, this is definitely a good thing to incorporate. I'm not affiliated with the company at all. I actually just found this planner last year is when I started using this, because I used to actually use just a regular notebook to keep track of it. And then it also has part 1 tips information, it has weekly plans, and then it's like I said, it's all inclusive. It allows you to keep track of your records, for example, your stats, and I'll show you each one of these. Has the introduction, tells you how to use it, what's the best way to use it. I actually don't use it this way, but you can. This is great too because it gives you common food counts. If you're tracking your nutrition, which of course is very important, as they say, you build a six-pack in the kitchen, not in the gym. It gives you common food calories, fat, carbs, and protein. So if you're tracking that information and you're just starting out, you may not know it by heart. This is a good reference. And so this is a good option. I actually don't get this serious because I do intermittent fasting, which allows me a little bit more leeway. But if you are using a nutrition plan and you are tracking micronutrients, for example, this is great for that. Here's some more. And then it has calorie expenditure guide. How much calories are you burning for normal activities? So it has like, if you want to burn 250 to 350 calories, you could just do slow walking, general rule of thumb, 450 to 550 calories, what you need to do, like brisk walking, and then 650 to 850 calories, which is great. And then it has average heart rate ranges. If you're incorporating cardio, which of course is also just as important as strength training, you want to be efficient about it. So you want to, depending on your age, use the heart rate range for your age group to gain the most impact for that period of time. As we all know, there's a huge difference between a marathon runner and a sprinter. So if you're trying to reduce the time you exercise, you want to look at this. And then average blood pressure ranges. Again, this is it's very much geared towards health and holistic view of health, not just doing the gym like you would in a regular planner. So it has weekly plans here. And then this is the idea of, this is the plan where you would go in and you would think of pre-manifesting, right? Or pre-scheduling or pre-planning. You would sit down and you would write your weekly plans in advance. So for example, for weekly plan, you would write down what it is you're planning on doing, what kind of cardio activities, what kind of strength training you're going to do. And then the same thing for week 2. And you have 13 weeks total in this. This is the 13-week schedule, if you will. So then you do your week 3, 4, and so on, all the way to week 13 of planning. This is your planning. Then you have your daily activities records. This is where it gets exciting for me because I love this part. This is where you actually write your date, your week 1. Remember, you have 13 weeks for this schedule. And then you have your day 1 and the day of the week here. The time of day that you started working out and when you finished. And then stretching and warm up. And why is this important? Because if you track, if you have a metric of some kind of tracking what you do, if you end up having some body pains the day after, then check yourself. Are you doing your stretches? I don't do stretches every single day, but when you do, it's good to keep track of it because you can, anytime you're dealing with symptoms of any kind, it's good to track what did you do the day before. It's quick to pinpoint. And then here you have your cardio activities. And the good thing about this is it has pre-built checkboxes here, but they give you several empty spots to put in what cardio you're doing, right? You could be doing jumping jacks for 20 minutes straight or high knee jumps, right? And then who's your trainer, right? Who's training you? And then if you have an exercise buddy, because you could see on the days that you're working, you always had an exercise buddy and you're more consistent. On the days you don't, then you may not be as consistent. So those are good things to keep track of. And then strength training, as I mentioned, is extremely important. And I like it because I break up my exercises by my workout days by upper body, lower body, and I do abs every day. But if you break it up into 3 separate days, then it's nice to have. And then you're able to keep track of the muscle group you worked out, the actual action or equipment, and then your sets. Why is this great? Because you're able to see if you're getting stronger or not. So as I show you my numbers here in a minute, you'll see that I actually got stronger. And it also allows you to see how long it takes you to get stronger. When are you able to increase either the number of reps or the weight that you're using for each of the workouts? And then this is another great part, which I don't always think about doing when I use my planner. When I used to use my planner for workouts, I didn't necessarily think about asking myself, how did I feel when I worked out? I knew it for that day, how I felt that day, but I couldn't go back and tell you how I felt a previous day and if I felt good doing that particular workout. So this is good for keeping track of how you're feeling. So I just, like I said, I decorate it the same way, and then it keeps track of the easiness or how easy it is for a given workout, right? And then here is my other exercises. So if, for example, if I cut the grass or if I'm taking a walk around the neighborhood or walking the dog, then I keep track of it here to add to it because it's also an exertion of some kind. And you want to keep track of it. And remember, you have your activity, normal activity burning here. If you ride the bicycle and so on, you can see that too. So one other great thing about this, and by the way, you have a date on 2 pages. So if you're tracking your dietary nutrition, then you want to keep track of it here. And again, it has micronutrients, it has the amount of water that you drank for that day, and then any reminders. Another great thing is you're able to keep track of your supplements. What did you take? And you can go back and measure if it's working or not. Now you actually have really a spot for everything as it relates to your health. And then you have reminders here. So if I need to remember to do Insanity, or if I need to remember to stretch because the day before I didn't stretch and I had pain, whatever it is, you need to remind yourself here. And you can prepare it in advance. And then, did you meet today's goals? For example, if I go into the gym and I'm going to kill it today, I'm going to kill my quads, right? My legs is my number 1 priority. Did I actually meet that goal? And I'm completely honest with myself. Some days I don't give it everything I have, but just showing up to me is perfect, right? I did the best I could for that day. So here's another example here on the following day. You could see that I was doing lower body and abs, so I didn't have as much weight training to do here, but then I did much better on the treadmill. And again, you could decorate it as you see fit. And then here you could see I actually cooked spaghetti for that day, so I did better for tracking my meals. But I knew that when I ate spaghetti, I really didn't feel very good. I felt very lethargic, and I was able to make a note of it. So next time, I made a choice to buy gluten-free noodles, for example, instead of the white noodles, because I noticed that it knocks me out. It made me very tired. And then here you could see that I was able to lift much more for chest. So just a few days later, I was able to up my weight training. But you can't do this type of investigation or this type of research unless you keep track of how you're doing the days before, right? And then again, keeping track of, did I meet today's goal? What is it that I need to do? I need to order more supplements. And then here, sometimes I use my weighted vest for all the weight training, and then so I'll choose not to do cardio, right? Or if I go cleaning or grocery shopping, sometimes that alone is an exercise because it takes me such a long time. And then just, keeping track of how many reps you do versus how much weight you're lifting. And then here, for example, I felt guilty for eating too much for 2 days. So I know that I keep track of that, right? And then here, obviously, you could tell I didn't do very well, but at least I kept track of my workout day. And I use the Apple Watch. I don't have it on now, but I use the Apple Watch for tracking my exercise all of the time. So if I'm doing anything extra, I'll add it here. So I just wanted to give you a quick review of this. There are some things in the back that I think are worth mentioning. But these are your records. For example, how much is it costing you for your fitness, right? You can have your health gym information, how much you're paying monthly, and then you can feed this information back into your budget planner. And then your starting stats, what your measurements are. This is at the start of the 13-week goal. Your weekly progress, you can keep track of that. So it keeps you motivated, or it gives you a reality check. And then if you're training for any 5K or any marathons or anything, you can keep track of it in here. And then it has fitness expenses, because every new habit or new addiction has obviously comes with additional expenses. So you can quantify that and see how much you're spending on it. If you're buying only organic, does it make a difference? Of course it does. Do you want to keep track of it in here? It depends how detailed you want to get. And here it has like a little pocket that you could put things in, which is nice. If you have any things, you can even, I don't know if you have like a little card to come into the gym. You can keep it in here. I keep mine on my keys, so I don't need that. But it's just a cute little planner. It's very inexpensive, and I'm planning on using it as long as I can. It seems to be working for me right now. But this is it. So thanks for watching. I hope this was informative for you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe if you can. Thanks, and have a great one.